Keep it going, there we go. Bike's gone over.
So now he's starting first gear with the clutch on.
That's me there. That's kind of okay. Hello. It's not starting. So why is that?
Yeah.
And just rough it out.
Morning oats.
It's like a torture cell. Looks like a morning yoga session started. Oh, I'm just going to sit on this one. Better get the tent up quick.
Yes, it's been raining.
Well, hello and welcome to what is in fact the last episode in this season. Anyway, if you're watching this, that means you probably watched all my Mongolian stuff and you're probably quite keen to go and do it yourself. So this episode is really just to talk through what I did, things I would do again, what I wouldn't do, and also, most importantly, the costing and the paperwork. And while I'm on that, you have to excuse my dog, that's Kino. He's very keen for me to throw the ball for him. So this episode might be a little bit cut and pasted just so I can deal with that. I do have a load of notes as well because I honestly can't remember everything. So I'll just go through it. Yeah, I know. Go right. Right, there you go. I want to cover also the costing of everything as well and talk a little bit about the route. So yeah, that's that. Here we go. The company I used was Check Tours, and I found them on Google, just a Google search for companies that rent out motorbikes in Mongolia. As I say, I'll put all the information below for you. Don't expect a high-end, slick operation, and they're really lovely people and they'll do anything for you, but it is very much Mongolia, out of somebody's garden, a shipping container. But the bikes are, well, they're new, but they're okay. They're not the bestest of bikes, but you know, they're $800 out of China. But before you can do any of that, you need to get your Mongolian visa. So I live in the UK, and we can't do it online anymore because we're out of the EU. So I had two choices then. One is to get an independent company to do it all for me, or two, drive up to the Mongolian Embassy and get them to do it myself, which is the option I chose because it's an awful lot cheaper. However, before you can do that, you need to get everything in place. You need to book your flights, you need to book your hotels when you're there, and you need to get a letter of acceptance. Checker Tours sorted that letter of acceptance out for me. I explained what I needed, they wrote it all down, emailed it to me, so that was perfect. I booked my flights. A quick note on those. I booked two separate flights, one to Frankfurt and then one separate again onto Mongolia because it saved me about £200. I thought I was being clever and smart doing that, but it did mean having to check out of the airport, go through customs, go through the passport control, get my bag off the carousel, and then repeat the process coming in on the way back in. It was a bit of a pain, more so on the way back because my Mongolian flight was delayed by 3 hours. And my transfer was less than an hour and a half. I barely made it. Now I know I could have just got another flight, but it would have cost me. And so you can't make that decision yourself. Have a look at the comparisons in prices and try and, next time I go, I'm going to book it so my luggage goes all the way through, so I haven't got to worry about that bit. So yeah, that's definitely what I would do. Just throw the ball. Ugh, it's covered in slime. So once you've got your flights booked, you've got to sort your hotels out. I went to two hotels. The first was called Flowers Hotel on the eastern side of the central capital square. Really nice hotel. I did 2 nights there. It's a bit dated, but they really know how to run the place. 3 in-house restaurants, all very, very, very good. I liked it and it was cheap. The second hotel I stayed at was the Namado Boutique Hotel. Very nice to look at, very modern, about 5 years old. Starting to look a bit tatty around the outside because there's no maintenance program in place from what I can see. I wouldn't go there again. As I say, it's double the cost and they really don't know how to run a hotel. I was in fact the only guest there of 36 rooms, and I couldn't even get a cup of coffee till 11:30 in the morning because the person who operates the coffee machine doesn't start work till then. So yeah, that's not really a hotel, is it? But you know, So if I go again, I think I'll do the flowers at the front end and the back end, because yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Once my flights were booked and my hotels were booked, I sorted out my insurance and already had the letter of acceptance from Czech Tours. I then went online to the Mongolian Embassy, and there's a form on there that you can download. You fill it out, and you basically, what I did is I drove up to the embassy. It gives you information on their website, what times they're open. I think it's from 10 till 12, 5 days a week. And they processed it within 1 hour of me being there. It was great, it was easy, cost 40 quid plus petrol and a bit of parking. Very pleased with that. So now I've got all my paperwork all organised and sorted. So let's have a look at the whole costing of everything I had. I'm going to try and put it up here. Let's see if I can make that work. I'm just going to throw the ball again. Oh, that ball's covered in. Lie down. Lie down. Okay, I've got all the costings down here. I started with the visa at £40 plus £10 parking, £20 petrol. I stayed in a hotel at Heathrow the night before because I had an early flight. That was about 70 quid. And I got a cab from where I live here in Canterbury up to the weather. Yeah, I got a cab basically. It cost me another 120. Frankfurt flight 173. Mongolian flight 901. Insurance was about 50 quid. The bike hire was €13 a day. Plus I hired a tent at €2. No, tent was €3. Sleeping bag was €2 because I physically couldn't carry all that stuff out. All the kit I had and all the food as well just took up my luggage allowance, which is 23 kilos plus another 8 kilos on the hand luggage. Petrol on the bike was roughly 40 quid for the week, for the 2 weeks. Taxis were 50 quid just transferring between the hotels and the airports. And then there was all my food, which came in at around about 250 quid because I had all pre-dried foods, you know, to rehydrate, and all my lunch snacks. And I also had some meals when I arrived in Ulaanbaatar and when I left, and that came about another 70. Total was just over £2,000, roughly around about there, for 2.5 weeks. On top of that, the only other expense I really had, apart from buying my kit, was the Garmin InReach Mini 2 device I had. That is an expensive bit. It's about £300 for the actual device itself, although you can get second-hand off eBay. The subscription is £65 if you go for the premium version, or I think it might be 64. But on top of that, you've got to pay £30 a year for registration, I guess, I don't know, something like that. And it did give you the option for insurance, because if you press the SOS button and they come out and rescue you, somebody's got to pay for that. So an additional £30 gave me peace of mind knowing that I probably wouldn't have to pay anything other than that money. So yeah, there was a little bit more on top. So hopefully it's all there for you. We'll see how that works out. Okay, all right, what next? Oh, let's talk about some kit. You can tell I rushed this video, can't you? I didn't really prep for it. That sounds like a trip to Mongolia. Let's have a quick look at some of the kit. The things I would change or wouldn't do. Well, one thing you might have seen was this. This is a 4 litre made by, let's put that there. Hold on. This is Sea to Summit. I do like this. It says 4 litres, but you're not getting 4 litres because the bag inside is bigger than that shape. I would get another one of these. I'll have 2 of these next time. It'd be a lot better as opposed to having plastic bottles. That's personally what I would do. As you know, I bought this, didn't I? I bought my hiking raincoat poncho. Look how small that is. This was great. I mean, I love that. I love that. As far as cooking goes, you did see I was using these MSR fuel burners. I don't really know of any other way. I'm going to throw the ball again. I don't really know of any other way to do it out there, apart from what the Mongolians do is have fires and just cook all on the open fire, but that's not always possible. I don't think so anyway. So this is brilliant. This is the thing that you buy, the whole kit. It's about 130 quid, I think. It does get very sooty. That's the only pain, but it is really, really good. So I certainly would recommend that. The lightweight seats that I had, I almost didn't want to get one of those. I thought, really, I can just sit on the ground. That was the luxury item that I would 100% recommend. Flip-flops as well, some sort of shoes, flip-flops, sandals, anything like that. Definitely take those along as well. Oh, suntan lotion, definitely, and lip balm. Don't forget lip balm. I suffer because of that. So yeah, that's what I would do for sure. Yeah, for sure. I say that a lot, don't I? That's kind of really it. did I mention about getting a taxi at the airport? When you turn up at the airport in Mongolia, you will get some people sort of hassling you for cabs and so forth. You can ignore them if you like, and if you go to the back of the building, there's a glass counter there, and you can get a minibus or a taxi from there. It works out about £10 into the centre, something like that. I went for the minibus. It was fine, but I had to share it with other people, and we dropped everybody off at different hotels, so it took an awful lot longer than I really thought it was going to take. So that's, I think, one little tip. Would I do it again? Well, actually, yes, I would do it again. So much so that I do want to do it again. Maybe next year, I'm not sure, the one after. Why do I want to do it again? Well, I didn't feel... The reason why I want to do it again is because I didn't feel totally fulfilled with what I did. I had a plan, I had a route, but I just physically couldn't do it all. It was way too much for me at the time, and I don't think I was experienced enough on the bike either. So the first week was hard, the second week was in many ways too easy, and by the end of the second week I felt very itchy. I wanted to do more, you know, more of a challenge. So I'm definitely going to go back, but do a different route, I think. As for the route I took, well, when I left Czech Tours, I pretty much went directly south for about 4 days. There are kind of some roads that come down. I kind of went down the middle of those, really, pretty much. And right down the bottom, there's a town. I can't remember the name, but I'll put it up here. There's a big canyon that I really wanted to visit. I really wish I'd gone all the way down to there, and I didn't. So next time I will. And I wasn't then, when I got to the bottom, I was going to come up at an angle. And all that area there, there's some sand dunes over there, and it's all very deserty, all goby. And then going right back up to the top to all the forests and the pine trees, and it would have been a long route all the way across again. I really probably needed a minimum of 16 days for that. So if I go again, will I do that route? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, you know, I think that might be about it. Can't think of anything else at the minute, can you? Yeah. Well, I think I've kind of covered everything that's on my list. I'm sure there's stuff I've missed. I'm going to put what I can below in the description for you. You can always put a message up if you like, and I'll see if I can respond to it if there's anything you particularly want to know, because I'm bound to have forgotten something. And I do apologise, this is all a little bit rushed, but I've only been back a couple of weeks, and I'm busy editing, trying to get the other stuff up online, and trying to figure out what my next adventure is going to be. So at this stage, the best thing I can say is thank you so much for watching. I really genuinely appreciate it. And more than anything, I really want you to do something like that. If not do exactly what I did, it would be absolutely brilliant. It is easy. As I say, if I can do it, honestly, you just book. It's just a process. You just get online, you book your flights, start committing yourself, and you just go. And it's not as hard. I mean, there are a few hard moments, but honestly, just do it. Please just do it. It's great. Thank you so much, and well, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.